Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our election preview videos where we preview out the 2020 presidential election. And we have covered the safe Trump and Biden and Trump states. We have covered the likely Biden Trump states. We are now moving on to the lean category. And the lean category, I'm not going to do a video about states I consider toss-ups. You may look at some political analysts that would still put some of these in the toss-up category. There are toss-ups in this category. But these are the states that I feel generally are probably leaning one way, but it's really close. And either side could feasibly win these states still. But in my humble opinion and looking at it, they're tilting one way. And with the national environment right now, you look at the national lead, and you just look at everything going on, I tend to think that it's going to be not like a wave, it's going to be a tsunami that comes in. And it's just going to be one after another falling. These states represent 94 electoral votes, and they are some of the biggest prizes on the map. The biggest prize on the map would be the state of Florida with 29 electoral votes, followed by North Carolina with, Georgia with 16 electoral votes, North Carolina with 15, Ohio 18, Wisconsin 10, Arizona 11, and Iowa 6. Florida is one of those states that gives me real pause because of how close it always is. Florida is always close. Florida is almost entirely always a turnout operation. And I just tend to think that Biden and his team understand that a lot better than some other Democratic campaigns. Joe Biden was a part of the last Democratic ticket that won the state of Florida twice. And a lot of the veterans of the Obama campaign are on the Biden campaign. And Biden's campaign has been very smart in its outreach to voters. Another state that has, for a while in the campaign, it was one of those lofty states that people said, oh, it might turn, but people were not really putting a whole lot of effort into it. There was outreach. It's the state of Georgia. And it has really come on strong in the last few weeks of the campaign. And the Biden campaign is making a serious play for Georgia. It has made air by us the entire campaign. But the ticket actually visited Georgia. Here in the closing days of the campaign, as I'm recording this video on Sunday, President Trump will actually visit the state of Georgia today. In the closing hours of the campaign, the final 48 hours of the campaign, Donald Trump is having to visit Georgia. And visiting a part of the state, the 14th Congressional District, that he won by 75%. Now, he's not concerned about losing that part of the state at all. That is a turnout operation, because your metro Atlanta counties and your metro Atlanta congressional districts, they have a higher turnout percentage, obviously in terms of people, but their turnout percentage is much higher than your rural counties. So that's going to be his message to rural voters who may be thinking about setting this election out. Get out and vote for him. I don't think it's going to be enough. In 2018, in the Senate election in Texas, where Beto O'Rourke came really, really close to beating Ted Cruz within less than 3 points, Georgia's gubernatorial election was actually closer in terms of percentage than Texas's Senate race. And there are a lot of people that believe if the voter rolls hadn't been purged in Georgia, that Stacey Abrams likely would have either won or got that race to a runoff, because Georgia races require a 50+1 threshold for victory on the state level. Obviously, whoever wins the presidential election in Georgia by even one vote will get the 16 electoral votes from Georgia. A couple other states that I have in this category, I still have Wisconsin in the lean Biden category. There has been polling in recent weeks that has showed Wisconsin moving more into a firm Biden position. I just tend to think that Wisconsin still scares me. If you're supporting the Democratic ticket, because of memories of 2016. Wisconsin is also experiencing a pretty serious COVID surge, one of the most severe in the country. They have actually built a field hospital in Milwaukee. The numbers out of Wisconsin are just absolutely dire. And another state that is experiencing a huge COVID surge, and was a state Trump won by almost 9 percentage points in 2016, is the state of Iowa. This was a state like Georgia that has come on really strong at the end, and Democrats are making a serious play for. I think that Iowa is going to, they have a Senate race, as I said, that is very competitive and looking like it could possibly tip toward the Democratic Party. Iowa has been hurt by Trump's trade war, and it also has had a couple of natural disasters throughout the year. It's really been a horrible year for the state, and even though Trump maintains a lot of support among farmers, a lot of federal aid has been pumped into the state in terms of basically welfare that I think is a big warning sign for the incumbent president. Another state that Trump won by a fairly impressive margin in 2016 is the state of Ohio. It's 18 electoral votes. I think it's trending towards Biden. It has voted for the winner in every presidential election since 1964, and no Republican has won the White House since 1860 without winning the state of Ohio. Ohio, for a long time, the adage was, as goes Ohio, goes the nation. I think Ohio is a prime spot for victory for Biden, and is a state where Biden will perform much better than Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton did not do well with blue-collar workers, and Joe Biden will. And another state that is I believe in the lean Biden category is the state of North Carolina, 15 electoral votes. North Carolina is a fast-growing state. A lot of universities in the state and young professionals in that state. You have the Research Triangle. Um, you have Charlotte. I mean, just all of these areas that are growing. And a state that Barack Obama won in 2008. It has a very competitive U.S. Senate race that is trending toward the Democratic Party. I do believe the Democrat will pick that seat up. And I believe that that will help Joe Biden, that enthusiasm, and carry him to victory. So my final number on when you take the solid Biden states, the likely Biden states, and the lean Biden states is 375 electoral votes. It takes 270 to win. So even though it's pretty clear who I think is going to win by that math, we will cover tomorrow the one lean Trump state, and I will talk about it a little bit. I just have one, and I think it's going to be pretty clear what it is. But we'll discuss it then. So I hope all of y'all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow, and if you're watching this in the future, comment away.